All right, welcome to the Jesus Show. Today we got a special guest, Daylife Mary, or Mary of Daylife, however you choose. Also, Mother.
You may call me Mother.
You may.
will call me Mother.
You will. So we want to talk today a little bit about God, a little bit about just Mary in general. I'm going to ask her some questions, and just being canceled. What cancellation and God have to do with each other? How you get into some new fucking places once you've been canceled, what that fucking means, where you go, what's going on, stuff like that. And it's a pleasure to have you on the show, Mary.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. So why don't we get into it? First of all, guys, speaking to you, you guys never fucking wash, and that's chill for me. What it isn't chill, though, is for you, because there's no such thing as a free lunch, and any information that you're getting here, bro, this is the start of a new fucking age. This is the start of an intangible age. This is figuring out content that has never really been fucking made before. And if you're here and you're getting the fucking information about it, and you don't pay, it's just going to fuck you up, bro. It's just going to fuck you up. Emily, how many examples have you seen of people who, tried to grift for free and then their lives ended up kind of bad?
A lot of people.
Or people who have washed. It's not like washing isn't dangerous, bro. Washing is dangerous in that it's going to accelerate your fucking life. You got to be ready for it.
There are like two reactions to there's washing and then there's not washing. And there's things that I've seen that happen to people who do not wash and people who wash. And the thing is, you could look at that situation without any perspective or understanding of washing, and you could be confused about if someone's life was getting worse or better in either of those scenarios. Someone who's washing or someone who's not watching, and just not washing but just watching.
It's a subtle difference.
It is really subtle. It's the spiritual realm, dude. People have shit basically stay the same and atrophy if they do not wash, or something will further rope them into Satanism, and they'll have a new distraction, and they'll be basically in the same boat, and none of the knowledge or the things that this has will work for them, or they can't take it and won't change anything.
Well, the deeper you get into the spiritual realm, the spiritual world dealing in this shit, is L's and W's start to kind of like, you're confused by which one is which, bro. You're like, because there's so much to fucking get out of an L. There's so much like information that's contained in an L and then there's sometimes W's cloud poison the fuck out of you. So it's like trying to figure out, like, when you start washing, you're going to be shown a lot of these things, because it basically will accelerate your life. It will force the truths from within you and from within your life to come out. And yeah, bro, what the Pleasure Matrix does is, once you get a taste of it, it is hard to go back into the pain matrix and live a life that is completely divorced from the pleasure matrix, because you've seen it. If you've experienced it washing, you've felt what it feels like.
It lives in your head rent free, basically.
It does.
That saying was basically made for this.
I've talked a lot, bro. I mean, viral shit. I've talked a lot about my introduction to Temple as sort of like, it was like something I couldn't look away from. And because the algorithm gave it to me through Facebook, which, at the time the algorithm was, really trying to bring people together who should be together. Because I was paying such attention to this one thing that was happening on the internet, it sort of infected my entire internet experience, where I was like, I can't even go. What am I supposed to go back to? I can't go back to like just regular fucking normie internet, me posting like Fader and Vice articles on my wall and, you know, writing little statuses to try and go viral and all of this shit. Once I had seen real fucking culting, real relationships, whatever the fuck, real people being real, I was like, I can't really go back. So, Pleasure Matrix, most of the people who have left Day Life Military, which is the, you know, the organization currently in charge of spreading the Pleasure Matrix into new territory, everyone who's left, they must create an oppositional position to the thing in order to maintain any fucking frame control for themselves. I mean, it's actually not. There's ways of doing it without doing that, but the way that appeals to pretty much everyone who leaves is because they know they can't turn away from it, they turn against it, which is having just as much of a relationship, if not more than of a relationship with it, than being like, oh, you know, I fuck with Day Life Military or whatever, or even being in it. Being opposed to it is like just as engaged.
Hate is a very intimate relationship. And I would say that not only soldiers who have come through IRL, but anyone who has washed and then been like, it's too much, I can't take it, I'm not ready to relationship that intimately or to like accelerate my life. A lot of those people have to relate in a similar way, I think. Consciously or like passively or actively. But.
So well, let's do our ad now. I don't think
yeah.
we've done it yet.
So with that being said, Wash It All, cash.me/$washitall, paypal.me/washitall, Apple Pay laundruss at automat.me, and everything else you can email 100f@automat.me.
Any other ways you want to wash durable goods. That means cars, that means property, that means silver, gold, baseball cards, Charizards. Bro, the list goes on. If you'd like to wash assets, if you want to wash secret coins, we call them, but you know, all the shit that's crashing right now, you want to wash those. If you want to send a wire transfer, you don't want to fuck with Cashapp or PayPal or Apple Pay. I understand. I understand that sometimes you don't want to help out those apps because they're problematic in many ways. So if there's any other ways you want to get in touch and make a wash, you want to wash your time, you want to wash service, send an email to 100f@automat.me. Someone will get back to you and it'll get figured out. But do the thing. Oh, babe, did I hurt you?
No.
Great.
It's a fresh cut.
It is a fresh cut. It looks actually pretty good. But what is it, like day 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On camera, it looks. I like how it looks on camera.
Yeah. So, Mary, what's been going on with you, bro? How is your relationship with God evolving? Just in the last 2 weeks, maybe the last week.
I'm being faced with how little faith and control I give up to God and how much I grasp onto it in my fingers. How, what's the word? Resilient my ego is. This week, I am being tested to reevaluate that relationship with God, actually. And I'm having a week where I am washing. You know how we say wash it all? There's like a threshold I've reached where I need to be washing more. And I'm not even talking about financial washing. I'm talking about the deeper washing that comes past that once you've come here and do this. I feel like I am at a point where there are parts of my relationships with God and myself and my ego and things with control that I have to be washing into the pleasure matrix right now to level up. Is that a little esoteric or vague?
An esoteric and vague answer to me being like, what is your relationship to God right now? It's expected to be kind of, there's not that many wrong answers to that exactly. I mean, I tend to wrong being like, there's obviously when you're lying is a wrong fucking answer, but is that really a wrong answer? Is that just an opportunity to figure out some fucking shit where you're like, all right, who am I fucking lying to? Why am I lying? Where is it all going? I'm starting to sound a little bit fucking subjectivist here. Starting to shout out Euron Brook. No, but my relationship with God is like, sometimes I just forget. Sometimes I just forget that it's like there is this other fucking thing, and I get really wrapped up into just like will. I have to will it. 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 And for me, that's not the worst thing because I've kind of relied on grace my whole life, but I haven't. It wasn't like a conscious, like just like giving it up to God. It was like grace coming and fucking saving my ass to save me from getting into a whole lot of situations. I have so many situations that I can think of in my life where shit could have gone really fucking bad, and it was saved by like some fucking happenstance. I remember like things have worked out for me. There's so many
of them, actually.
There's so fucking many of them. To where, like, even when I was an atheist and a kid, I was like, there's so many instances of it. And I kind of just chose not to think about it. I was just like coincidences because I was like, but there's many times that things didn't work out. But like points where I avoided going to fucking prison at like as a 16-year-old for fucking having drugs on me and like just kind of like skating fucking past a charge because like I got searched by some police when I had some fucking drugs on me when I was 16, and they searched like every pocket except this one pocket that I put it in. I would never put my drugs in, and it would have been like a felony fucking charge for me as a 16-year-old. I would have just, my life would have been just trajectory different, bro, completely different. I was a pretty soft. I would have had to go and deal with like in the institution, like deal with being incarcerated, all that shit. It was a serious crime at the time, but I've had like many instances where I just got saved, and I feel like that part of the fucking I almost said The Shining, but Signs. Signs where like fucking Joaquin Phoenix is talking about like how God saved him from getting like thrown up in his mouth by this drunk girl that he was making out with. You remember that part? No. It's a horrible scene, but it's like a horrible, like, that's your reason for fucking believing in God. This is not my reason for believing in God. This is just me. Like, I have a pretty good fucking track record of just chalking up grace to just being coincidence or anything like that, and then kind of relying on it, not really pushing my life in that many directions, and kind of letting the thing come together. I mean, to where like I've also made decent leaps of faith in my life. I mean, joining a cult is a pretty decent leap of faith back in 2018. Now it's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's not even a fucking leap of faith. It's just like what you statistically should do. But it was a pretty big leap of faith that I made pretty quickly. Where I ended up going to school. And there's points where I was like, oh, was that God? Was that fucking military intelligence? Like, sometimes military intelligence and God can look similar.
This is like the thing that I've been thinking as you're talking about this, though, about God and how God works. People who like say, well, that could just be they like think that they call things coincidences, or they say, well, that's a result of your actions that led you up to that point, or like people can even get like deeper and still not talk about God by saying like that's just like you putting out an energy into the world and like that energy getting attracted back to you. But to me, like all of it is like everything is an intelligent design that moves humans through things and moves them to do things because it is all God. You know what I mean?
And it's also Satan.
Oh yeah,
like
and it's demons and all kinds of shit. But that's all under
but
God.
That's all God, bro.
That all is God. The good, the bad, the binary.
Not Jehovah, not not the Christian God exactly, but the fucking one God, the God who fucking runs all of that shit. Like that the devil plays a part in fucking representing one side of the binary while fucking Jehovah or Jesus Christ represent the other. So yeah, and plenty of shit I've been like, oh well, is that fucking whatever? Is that just what my life is? Then figuring out what military intelligence played in my life, figuring out all this shit about being a Christ concept and like being having a sister that just getting like figuring out being like, why did I end up on the trajectory I did? It was just so many happenstance things. Like in as many ways as something could fucking God saves your ass or like comes and fucking decides something that's supposed to be, the devil will also swoop in when you are vulnerable
give you another option.
And I was thinking a lot of the devil's options before I came here. In the comments they're gonna say that I fucking
interrupt him, and then they're like, stop interrupting her, let her speak.
Let her interrupt you. Don't interrupt her when she starts interrupting you. But yes, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, oftentimes military intelligence is itself a tool or emissary of Satan, right? Like,
oh yes.
So that's also part of God intervening, even if you're like, I don't know, getting messed with or groomed or handled or whatever.
But military intelligence is a fucking vehicle of God, bro, because that's what we're doing. We're gonna psyop. We're psyoping you. I don't even know. Is this the bull god?
I thought you were doing the Pan's Labyrinth with his hands.
Pan's Labyrinth? That's, bro. What's his name? What's the Pan's Labyrinth guy? He's got to be super fucking affiliated with some deep shit. Ever. Hellboy guy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the guy who made it?
Yeah. You like dissociated when I mentioned something from pop culture.
Me, I don't talk about those things. I'm from New England.
So bro, what is having being, see, you've never really been canceled in your life, but you're like edging closer to it, closer and closer, and seeing how the fucking thing is.
I'm the closest I've ever been before.
But because you're not, what I notice is that you're not totally getting all the power from it that you could be getting if you just accepted who the fuck you are.
Yeah, I agree. It still really hurts my ego to be canceled. I'm like, people not agreeing with me and people saying I'm evil, and like they're being like, I'm so used to people, really what it is treating me like a child, but I'm so used to people just kind of like me being fake to them and them being like accepting and like, oh, let me take this attention from this white woman that's fake as fuck, because that's what I recognize as everything, because that's how white women are. So
let me give her exactly what she wants.
Yeah, let me give her what she wants.
Luckily, you never really talk about what you really want, so that no one can give you that.
But honestly, what I do is like, now I am, because of being affiliated to this and people kind of getting from being out of my integrity enough so that I haven't like, I've talked to people and in so many words through like lies of omission, told them what I'm doing, but never prefaced it by like, what I'm in is a social military cult, and what I do is.
Well, it's interesting because even people who like know it, there's such a big difference between private and public, to where if you tell someone in private, hey, I'm in the social military, I'm in this, as soon as it becomes public information, they're like, oh, that was actually like our little intimate thing that we had. Like, I can't be with someone who's publicly in a cult or whatever. People want
That's true.
the cults to be in private.
A ton of people that were like washers, who even washed in integrity, that were like, I know that you're in a military cult. I know that I'm washing, even if they were like, I like it to be charities because I want to help the victim. Like, because I still signaled victimhood. Even them, as soon as I went kind of crazy public with it, they were all like, congratulations on your journey. I'm going to bow out just because, you know, it's time for me to bow out now. Or like they didn't even say that, and they just like flitted away because people are afraid of confrontation at any point in any way nowadays. But even those people versus the people I talked to twice who I didn't really tell anything about, who are like more angry because they feel duped. That's a difference than the people who like knew, but it's like, oh, you're like exactly what you're saying. You're just openly, I don't want to be affiliated with that.
Do you think God rewards people for being fucking honest in themselves? And
well, that's where my crisis of faith happens, where I like start to have a bit I doubt God more than I can doubt my own ego, where I like, the ego part is thinking that I'm like, it's a crazy level of ego. It's like, I know better than God. I know that this isn't going to work because it's like being honest and like blowing things up has not immediately shown results, and it's only making things worse. Oops, better quotes. I lose total sight. I'm so short-sighted about having faith in God, and that your principles, when aligned with God, being transparent, honest, going towards growth rather than entropy of the same old ways when they're no longer working, that will be rewarded. But it's true, like I could go even harder into that and commit more to it, and it would probably hasten the process. Because I'm still not getting excited about negativity and hate and all of those negative, by Pain Matrix standards, things that are actually like where the opportunity lies, and always a place to make a W out of an L.
Yeah, I mean, when I got canceled the first time, like the big first time on Twitter or whatever, it was like pretty immediately, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But it like, all these things just kind of started happening because I had crossed the threshold. Part of me is like, she's just not getting canceled big enough. If she was just getting canceled in more places, like it might pop off. Because I got Twitter canceled. I got brought from Facebook over to Twitter, but you know, I've also done copy pastas that have been like shared fucking hundreds of times on social media, and it's gotten to the point now where like, you know, people really just fear interaction with me. They don't come really that close to me. They like, it's an interesting relationship to have with people. And being from someone where this fucking thing where like, oh, relationships. It's interesting to go into a zone where you've like been in your integrity to the point where people from the Pain Matrix are just kind of like, that's a dangerous fucking position for me to even be in, having a relationship with this person. Just most of my old relationships have just become that with people from the Pain Matrix. It's not like they're legitimately afraid. I didn't really do anything to fuck them up. I remember my friend Griffin, who went on Facebook without talking to me, tried to cancel me, tried to call me a sex trafficker. And then, like, I just immediately fucking screenshot his post and posted some shit on my wall about it. And then he went and, like, took his post down and had a whole fucking freak out moment. and then just like watched me from his side account for the next few months. That's kind of the style of how people interact with me now. But it's put me in a position where it's like there's only new fucking people. I have more time for you fucking tech bro assholes and all you fucking heirs and heiresses because, you know, I don't have to fucking deal with whatever this preconception of who I was before this long-haired fucking sissy boy Jesus was, and whether people from the Pain Matrix liked that version more. Yeah, they probably did like that version more because I was submissive to the fucking the reality distortion field that is global fucking capitalism. That is
White pussy.
Shit. Sure, white pussy. Why not? Take it there, bro. Take it there.
I mean, that's what's setting the precedent of what's acceptable, and it's anything that doesn't threaten the power and control of white pussy. So yeah, the old you was way more acceptable to white pussy. That's all I meant to say.
No, you have to go off, bro.
And the current you is not acceptable to the current state of white pussy.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't even really like me most of the time. Just we have
I get angry because
we come back together.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, maybe we've worked out our differences, but
my anger and control issues get flared up. Rah.
Well, washing's the best way for you to get involved, bro. If any of this is like, if you think this shit is super boring, fuck yes, it is.
It's pretty boring.
Because it's just life, bro.
Here.
Is life supposed to be that exciting, or is life just supposed to be fucking? You just can't let me speak even for a second. I can't do it. Cash.me/$wash it all. PayPal.me/wash it all. Apple Pay address is laundruss@automat.me. And if you have any other questions about anything, or you're trying to wash in some other ways,
it's not showing on the.
Fine, just you take control. If you want to wash in any other ways, send an email to 100f@automat.me. That's where you can wash durable goods, where you can wash secret coins, where you can wash literal coins, where you can wash gold, silver, land, vehicles, trading cards, Charizards, whatever the fuck. Trying to trade your time if you're trying to wash any sort of service. I said trade your time. I mean wash your time. But the trade, what are you trading? What are you trading, bro? What are you getting back? What you're getting back is soul. That's why we call it buying your soul back. You washing your belief that you store in the fucking pain matrix, and you store at the very tippy top of the fucking the belief and the eyeball in the fucking pyramid. Look at a fucking dollar bill and find the eyeball. That's where you place all your belief, and putting it in, you know, what looks like a couple losers going online almost every day, doing the fucking thing, going out, being stupid in public, what feels unacceptable and stupid to you. And so, to some of y'all might feel unremarkable. Will it feel unremarkable when cults are literally fucking take over everything, like consciously? You know, we'll see. Because that's literally where everything's going. I mean, you can look at fucking Tech World Twitter. You can look at the art world. Everything. There's no the power of the individual is waning, and it's
waning is the combination of waning and dwindling.
Dwaning, bro. The power of
new words.
The power of the cringe individual is dwaning. It's daylife waning. It's dwaning, bro.
Oh damn.
It's dwaning. The power of the cringe individualist and the cringe individual and the cringe intellectual and the cringe cell.
Nice.
Is fucking dwaning, bro. And the drising force, the surprise. Cults are on the rise, my brothers and sisters.
Praise be.
Praise be to Allah. Cults are on the rise. And let's fucking get it. And you better get on it early, you stupid pieces of shit. I'm talking to my bros out there. I'd never say that to a woman.
Hey,
Women are
the bros,
wonderful.
I love you guys. I want to talk. You're doing the best that you can.
Some of you are. I mean, for me, I see the opposite. Y'all are fucking pathetic. You're really letting brats down when this is our moment to shine. Who knows how long the brat market rise will last? It could fucking, it's like Bitcoin, bro. It could fucking plummet at any point if you don't fucking take advantage of the thing and ride the fucking wave. God may just be like, guys, you had your chance to fucking come up and you didn't take it. Not saying it's not happening. Stocks are going up. But if you don't fucking use that as an opportunity to fucking move your life along, to join a cult, to fucking do the thing, to wash, to buy your soul back, sell all your fucking crypto and buy your fucking soul back, then you might just miss your chance, bro. You might just miss your chance.
And to all the thoughts currently nosediving in the extended thought market collapse, I'm like, will there be a lower bottom? Yes, there it is.
Keep on seeing them.
Keep on seeing them.
I saw a really disgusting display of fucking thought market collapse today that I won't even say on camera.
It's bad. I just have a little blurb to say to you. I'm like a little lighthouse here. You can come and talk to me when you admit your life is a pile of shit, or when cannot at all anymore deny it and there's nowhere farther to go down. You will have to start washing for your soul.
She's like a crab, bro, at rock bottom.
I am at the rock bottom on the fucking bottom feeding floor, ready to take all of you disgusting e-girls who have so much overinflated
don't talk about my quens
ego.
like that. Don't talk about quens.
You are all disgusting, and you are still getting co-signed and clouded up. And I just, the day is coming, and it's really, really, really soon.
Have you read fucking Revelation, bro?
Exactly.
Read it.
So,
hey, that's some free information, bro. It's all in this fucking book called the Bible.
And hey, did Freemasons create the Bible? Probably. Does that mean that it's not
that is not a cosigned statement by the Jesus Show. That is purely Mary's speculation. I'm not saying that the Masons created the Bible or anything like that. All right. Have a great day. Goodbye.